The desire to cheat is not something that you should ignore, and it's not something that you should be ashamed of. That desire is an important signal from your inner self. It's sharing with you that there is a part of you that needs your immediate attention. Too often, people ignore the paying attention part. And what they do instead is they act in a way that is destructive to themselves, destructive to the people who they love, and destructive to the life that they've created. The reality is, most people don't want to cheat. And even when they do it, it's not that they're doing something to the person that they're with. They're doing something for themselves. It just happens to be destructive and counterproductive. Their desire is actually much deeper than sex with someone else. The sex outside of their relationship is just a means to temporarily satiate that deeper desire that they have. So if you're being honest with yourself about your feelings and the thoughts that you're having as they relate to cheating, before you cheat, you should ask yourself the real question, which is, what is it that I really want? Do I want to feel wanted? Do I want to feel validated? Do I want to feel a release of the emotional energy that just has been piling up that I'm not able to release with the person who I'm with? Do I just want to feel the rush of something new again? All of these desires and thoughts and feelings that you have are valid and they're necessary to pay attention to. The thing about these desires is, as uncomfortable as they may make us, as uncomfortable as they may make our partners, they don't go away just because we are in a committed relationship. In fact, sometimes they are intensified by the fact that we are in a committed relationship, and there are new parts of us that we are able to see because of the person who we are with. People try to dismiss these desires for a lot of reasons. They don't want them, they're scared of them, they're ashamed or afraid of expressing these desires. These desires aren't in alignment with the way that they see themselves, the way they view themselves, their image. So they just try to ignore them. But when you ignore and you dismiss these desires, they don't just go away. They turn into monsters that you may not be able to control, which leads you down the road of eventually cheating. Before that happens, you should face that desire and ask, why are you here? Not to suggest that it shouldn't be there, but in an effort to better understand yourself and your deepest needs. Diving into your desires is an important part of your journey to self-awareness. So for example, if you're asking yourself the question, why do I need to feel validated? What you would do is dive into that part of yourself to find the story that that desire is connected to, because that story holds the narrative that makes you feel that sense of emptiness inside of yourself. And then another question is, why do I need to satiate that desire for validation in a way that harms me and potentially the person who I'm with? Why is that there? Let's look into that too. And at the point of self-discovery, you can ask yourself, is this particular action wise or unwise? Notice I didn't say right or wrong, wise or unwise. That is this direction that I'm choosing to go into in alignment with the future that I wish to see unfold for myself? Now, you should also be able to tell your partner when you feel this way. Why? Because this is your partner. This is the person you're on the dance floor with. You're loving each other. You're also protecting each other. And not only from the world, but also from the parts of yourselves that have the potential to hurt each other. Now, I'm not saying that every time you feel like you could cheat, that you go to your partner and say, hey, I thought about cheating on you today, but I didn't do it. That's not what I'm saying to do. That could cause some unnecessary discord and distrust. If what you desire can be found in your relationship, or you have the kind of partner who has the depth to help you unpack that part of yourself, you should work together for it. You want to have a partner who is emotionally mature enough to handle your humanity, which is always going to be perfectly messy. Someone who isn't going to take personally what's coming naturally to you, whether it's related to a traumatic story or it's just who you are. That's the kind of maturity that's needed for a healthy, fulfilling relationship. Cheating is the focus of this particular teaching. But the reality is, any measure that you're about to take, which can be self destructive, is something that you should dive into and research about yourself. Because it's always a signal that a major part of yourself needs your attention. And until you give that part of yourself the attention that it needs, you will always be in a cycle of self-destruction, which also makes you a living bomb for the people who are connected to you.